Hello, hello, and welcome back to Fate Extra CCC. Last time we finished up the prologue, and now we're gonna go into the game proper. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Without anything else, let's give it a go. Also, I increased the game volume a little bit. I noticed it was a bit low in the last part, let's see if this one is a little bit better. Without anything else, let's go. Chapter 1. Backyard of Eden. Subordination Gate.
女の話をしよう。目覚めた時から女は病理につながれていた。重い鎖はまんべんなく、つま先から頭までミイラのごとき死に化粧。自由がないと余人は哀れむ。自由はないと彼女は喜ぶ。鉄のドレスは難攻不落。城門開いたその奥にあるのは乙女か魔性の罠か。他人の秘密は蜜の味というが、さて。
脳波の正常活動を確認しました。アルファ波、ベータ波、平常。覚醒状態です。先輩この声が聞こえますか？落ち着いて、ゆっくりまぶたを開けてください。
Your familiar voice. My hazy vision and consciousness come back to me, spurred by the voice that's concerned about me. My heavy eyelids open. It looks like an infirmary. An old-fashioned infirmary I've never seen on Seraph, in a style that no longer exists on the surface. I'm lying on the bed right now. Besides me is a girl in a white robe checking up on me. I figured that's right, her name was Sakura, an AI in charge of managing the health of masters. I don't really understand what's going on yet, but it seems Sakura has been taking care of me. In a place of greeting, I say thank you. Huh? For some reason, Sakura's making a really curious expression. Is there something weird on my face?
いえ、ごめんなさい。何でもないんです。何の問題もありません。自分でもわからないんですけど、声を聞いたらほっとしてしまって。きっと、他の皆さんより昏睡状態が長かったからですね。アバターの反応はまだ鈍いでしょうけど、すぐに元の調子に戻りますよ。
Sakura gave me a little smile full of joy and relief from the bottom of her heart. I can't help but let my tension go. I feel like I've just had some sort of nightmare, but that smile alone blew all my anxieties away. But no, I can't just stare at Sakura's beautiful smile forever. Where am I? And why in the world am I sleeping here?
質問はもっともです。でも、その前に確認をさせてください。あなたは自分が誰なのかわかりますか？
Do I know who I am? I don't need to think too hard about that one. My name is Sakanuki Shinami, a student at Tsukimihara Academy, but not quite. I'm one of the wizards, Magi, who came to the moon to attain the rights to the wish-granting Holy Grail.
そのウィザードというのは？
I wonder what Sakura's asking. Is that considered the most basic of basics? Wizards are a special type of actors capable of having their selves, their souls, and their cyberspace. Their body is something that grounds the soul, so if the body and soul could be differentiated, wouldn't it be possible to send it elsewhere? That occult-like approach led to a new age in the transmission of information. Of those hackers, the A-rank hackers among them were conferred with the title of wizard.
そうです。魔術が途絶えた現代において、唯一魔術理論を継承する人々のことです。ところで、今は西暦何年で、 ここはどこですか？
You don't even need to ask. It's the year 2030 AD. Human technological advances rose in the 1970s. Also, when the Western European plutocracy abolished the development of space travel. Yeah, this is basically just a recap of the lore. If you're basically just playing the game just for fun, and just if you forgot anything. As for the questions of where, I don't really know the details, but I know enough. It is the moon, especially the legacy of an alien civilization that was discovered inside the moon, an artifact spiritron calculator apparatus, the moon cell automaton. The holy grail that sleeps in the sea of the heavens, and that the wizards of the earth dream of. The moon cell automaton has no will of its own. You could call it a huge computational device. Put simply, it's a supercomputer the size of the moon. Even all the computers in the world combined wouldn't be able to compete with the moon cell. This moon cell built a virtual cyberspace inside of itself, called the Seraph, gathering wizards from over around the world, or rather the Earth. This would be one of the school-style grounds made in the Seraph. Wizards that have reached the moons competed against one another, with the last one standing invited the moon cell's score, and given the right to use it. That is the Holy Grail, an almighty calculator with a computational ability equivalent to the solar system.
はい。あなたたちマスターは聖杯を求めてこのムーンセルにやってきました。これを弱き者に聖杯は与えられません。あなたたちは自分が生命として優れている最強であることを証明しなくてはならない。その方法としてムーンセルはあなたたちに戦闘を代行するソースを与えました。それは何ですか？
Something to fight with, something vital to a wizard partner fight alongside. That is a servant. That's right, I remember now. For making it through the preliminaries and qualification in the Holy Grail War, the Moon Cell gave me command seals and a servant, reproduction of a hero of the past that was a familiar to contract with, as a participant master, I think.
そこまでは問題ないようですね。じゃあ、これが一番大事なことなんですけど。ですね。聖杯戦争中のこと、少しでも覚えていますか？
Well, yeah, of course I do. Of course I do. Wait. I know I'm a wizard, but I don't remember a single thing about Hakuno Kishinami's past at all. Actually, for what reason do I even participate in such a dangerous war to begin with?
やっぱり他の皆さんと同じですね。自分が誰なのかは覚えているけれど、聖杯戦争中の記憶は思い出せない。落ち着いて聞いてくださいね。あなたは自分がマスターであることしか思い出せない記憶障害状態なんです。
Yeah, we are in a much worse state than that, Sakura. Sorry to tell you this. Memory loss. I don't really feel anything about that, but fact is just Sakura said the only thing I can remember is that I'm a master. I can remember I was in the Holy Grail War, but nothing about what battles I fought, or what opponents I defeated. They are just covering their bases because this is a bit of a limbo, and they don't want to confirm which route is canon, so they're just making it a limbo. The Rani and Rin route? Yeah, basically. There's only a little to do, only a little, I do remember vividly. That just a bit ago, I was an ordinary high school student, going to school, a school different from this one. That is, that it was swallowed by unknown darkness, and I was saved from that predicament by my servant, Saber.
乱暴な言い方ですけど、聖杯戦争開始時の初期状態にリセットされたようなものなんです。あなたは昏睡状態が長かったですから、もしかすると本当に自分の名前しか覚えていないのかも。あれ？ということはもしかして私の名前わかりますか？
So Sakura asked nervously. Seems like she's worried if I forgot about her. Her name is, of course... Let's go. Francis Xavier. With a ding of a light bulb, no doubt about it. Her name is Francis Xavier.
違いますよ。
What? Regardless of the correct answer, why didn't I even think of that?
私、これでも健康管理 AI ですから、特にあなたのスキャニングはバッチリです。基本的にクールですけど、ふざけるときとか、空回りするときとか、だいたい空気で読み取れます。ですので、ここぞという時の不真面目さは自重してくださいね。 保健室の管理権限として口にできないお仕置きとかありますから。
Already, in this game, Sakura has 10 times more personality than she had in Fate Extra, which makes sense. Behind that sweet smile was a fierce pressure. Sure, joking around is a serious situation, could mean life or death. I guess I just got reprimanded by Sakura.
とにかく急ぎ足でしたが、あなた自身の手で状況を確認していただきました。今私にできることはこれぐらいです。もっと力になりたいんですけど、もう私には何の力もありません。皆さん同様、私も記録の検索機能がロックされていて、本当にごめんなさい。
Sakura bows remorsefully, rises from her chair, and moves towards the corner of the room.
もしもし、こちら保健室です。目を覚ましました。精神、肉体、ともに異常はありません。
それはよかった。では早速ですが、こちらに来ていただけるよう伝言をお願いします。
まだ目覚めたばかりですし、今は挨拶だけで。
申し訳ありませんが、その余裕はありません。事態は一刻を争います。それに彼女なら僕が言わずとも勝手に歩き回ります。
That is true.
僕の知っているという人はいつまでもおとなしくしている性格ではありませんから、目が覚めたのならすぐに行動するでしょう。この新しくも古い校舎を調べ回った後、生徒会室に来るよう言ってください。
Sakura's transmission with that person ends. Come to the student council room, it sounds like.
今の通信聞こえていましたか？
It was over the loudspeaker, so I really had to listen. Yeah, I nodded an answer. The way that person was speaking annoyed me, but I need to get moving so now that I'm awake. Especially since I don't know what's going on. I need to grasp the current situation as soon as possible.
わかりました。生徒会室は2階に上がって左手側の教室です。また、サーバントは2階に上がって右手側の教室に待機してもらっています。忘れずに顔を出して、サーバントのパラメータを確認しておいてくださいね。
Will do. As she says, as I look at the back of my left hand, there's one command still left, inscribed. Right, so this is the only thing they made canon, is that depending on, independently of who you want to save while you're in, you use two command seals. One to escape, one to reach the arena, and another one to read Lubu's attacks. So that's the only canon thing they confirmed so far. Command seals hold absolute directive authority over servants. It's a special command and invokes all sorts of coercive power upon a servant in return for expending one. Simultaneously, to serve as proof of one is a master. When a master uses all of them up, what happens again? Whatever. And what matters is that I have a proper contract with Saber. If I shut my eyes, I can clearly feel my vital source, my magical energy flowing into Saber. Saber is alright too. I want to meet with Saber soon. I'll put off going to the student council room and head directly to the classroom on the right, the second floor. And as you can see, we have an entirely new school right now. We don't actually come here very often, so might as well search the area. They're neatly covered with pure white sheets. This high level of professionalism could put even a high-class hotel to shame. The world may be vast, but people this perfect at making beds are pretty rare. Various medicines are arranged here. Handling them without any medical knowledge is very dangerous. I'll leave them be. Nope. I guess it's all the same, right? Yeah. It's an instrument for measuring your height. Considering measuring my height, don't notice it kind of also measures your weight. Close call. You have found a herb. Wow, that's a Resident Evil reference. What are these herbs anyways? So different kinds of different properties. Lumping them all into herb without specifying what they are or what they do does not give a good reason to use them. And so with that, Hakuno Shinami discarded the herb. Oh, you lost a healing item, Hakuno. It's a simple table with plastic tablecloth draped over it. It's a nice highlight to the otherwise drab infirmary. The shelf is a neatly lined tea set. Places like these are where Sakura's personality seems to really show. Speaking of,
あの、
I had Saber wait in the classroom because she was a little hard on the eyes. She looks different from what you used to. Waking up from a long sleep is mentally draining enough for you, so I had to had them wait elsewhere. Anyways, please don't be too surprised, okay? Yeah, I won't. Alright, let's go. Here it is, the new school. It's library. If I find anything I want to investigate, that should be a good idea to come here. This is basically just empty, right? And basically incentivizing us to go to the yeah, that one, the second floor. I tried lifting the fire extinguisher, but it's fixed to the floor, so I can't. Well, whatever. I wasn't planning on using it anyways. Also, this get used to the very annoying walk cycle sound they have. Look at that. It is a bit annoying. Yo, what the hell is this? I was in charge of the arena maintenance, and now I'm suddenly in charge of the watering plants? Fuck, I don't know how to do this, but as soon as I get back to the moon cell, the moon cell's gonna hear about this. There are quite a few papers posted on the bulletin board, but the text is so corrupted that it's unreadable. That's the infirmary, right? Have the umbrellas here. Yeah. You can see the wood on wood sound here, even though it's like not wood here. Although I like to know how things are looking outside, I should start with the inside of the school building. Looks like the commissary. A selection of goods are on display. I was considering buying something, but the clerk is nowhere to be found. Oh well, better come back later. It seems to be a storage room. There's a massive old tools piled up inside. I don't see anything useful, so there's no need to go in and cover myself in dust. Yeah, this thing is a bit... Hey there. Over there's the commissary. You can buy various items and Mystic goes there, but looks like the clerk stepped out. He'll come back before you know it, so come back later. Read here is a list of goods about the commissary. Apologies. Sold out of Mega Hot Mapo Tofu. This is a very unique commissary. That's a foreshadowing to who the commissary is. It's the same thing, yeah. You got a nice little Sakura tree over there. The pixelated to hell Sakura tree, but then again, you're not meant to play this game in 1080p. So it's a pass. This is the faculty room, but the locked door won't budge at all. I'll give up on trying to get it. What the hell? Look at that hairstyle, my guy. Listen to me carefully. One second I became the mimicry club chief, the next I'm in the far side of the moon. You must have no idea what I'm about. Me neither. I'm just an NPC after all. I'll leave the hard stuff to the advanced AI. Hey, are you a master? A human. So there are other humans still alive. Okay, it's not my place to say this, but give it your best. We got some tough times ahead. Ah, you don't know what I have of it. Your name is Hakon, right? Nice to meet you. I'm NPC 5-10. You can also call me Goto. Anyways, let's have a good time. Regardless of whatever sort of hell they say that home is where you make it. One entrance here is written restroom. You need to go in right now. The door seems to be locked. I'm curious about this room, but it might be a good idea to worry about it later. It's a decorative plant. It's pretty tall. Over there's the commissary. Yeah. Anything else? No, we just had this thing. Okay. Let me see if the other guy has anything else to say. Hey, there isn't even an arena entrance in this building. Someone's gonna pay for this. Please don't talk to me. I'm an advanced AI in charge of cleaning. I'm on a different level than you people. Good grief, you're all filthy. This school building, your masters, even that Sakuramato who rescued you people. For a long time now, I've been advising the moon cell that we must invite humans. I predicted this kind of bug would occur. The perfection that is the moon cell can't generate errors, and the fault lies with you humans. Thus, I will not cooperate with you people. I wish for a swift resolution from the moon cell, and all delete. You still need something? Please don't talk to me, filth. Please don't talk to me. Alright, same thing. I turned on the faucet and the water came out. I washed my hands. The cold water feels nice. You're a master, right? Just a regular NPC, found myself in this school building. According to the AI from the infirmary, Sakura, I almost got deleted, but I escaped it and made it all the way here. The far side of the moon, imaginary number space. They have nothing to do with me. I'm an NPC, that's just heading home. Despite all of this, I won't change. I can go home wherever I want, but this sunset glow is nice. In the Holy Grail War, in the near side of the moon, you never see this, so I'll stay a while longer. You again. Not going to head home? I'm going to enjoy myself a little while longer here. I could go home anytime, but it's fine, right? Right, so I need to get first and second, so I can get this. This is the third year's classroom. No one's inside. I need to go in. I don't need to go in, I think. Announcement from the guidance counselor. The rest is just a blank paper. Fitting. Some posters. And that students, they seem to be on the bulletin board. But they're just filled in with meaningless strings of characters. Huh? You're all humans? Surviving masters? Hey, you're pretty lucky, good for you. Welcome to the worst hell imaginable. This is a retro old school building. Prison with no fun whatsoever. You must already know by now, being a master means nothing. You and I are both prisoners. I'm a normal NPC, Galco, and nice to meet you. I was attacked by the black noise, ran around, then ended up here. Well, I'll let the management NPC sweat small stuff. We should just hang out, you know. Huh? You're all humans? Oh, it's the same thing, okay. Hey, this is the far side of the moon. We're trapped here. That's only a -3 humans, you. For us, it's a plus. After all, the moon cells no control here. Masters and NPCs will have the same worth now. This just gave me the big chance to get closer to President Leo. But Mr. Julius and his servant are awful nuisances. Can just quietly go away. This girl has her eyes on Leo. I warned her that she doesn't know what she's getting into, but she has a stubborn mentality. I was paired with this girl in the Holy Grail War, but I wouldn't have guessed that she was the type to prioritize life so much. Well, it's not like I don't get to what she feels. I'll stick with her until the end. Love is something that should fit just right. For me, a human with capable stats could make a nice husband. A few sheets of paper and posted here, but I wasn't able to find anything useful information worth mentioning. Restroom. Inside is split into the men's and women's side. Doesn't seem like anyone's using this room, just aside of anyone being inside. With this vermilion backdrop, looking at this verdant leafy plant, really soothes my mind. Alright, let's go meet Saber then. Hello, Saber. She isn't here right now, but she will show up in a bit. Wooden desks, a grained floor, and retro window frames. I'm stuck in a strange sense of nostalgia. This is the year 2030. I wouldn't be able to find places like this old-timey school building was... What? I wouldn't be able to find places like this old-timey school building has here and on Earth. Okay.
待っていたぞ、奏者よ。さくらからのレクチャーは終わったか？では、次は世の番だな。
Behind me is a voice I've heard before. The spirited voice belongs to Saber. It's only several minutes since we reunited during the fall through the starry sky. Well, for me, that's our reunion just a moment ago. For all I know, it could have been hours for her. My memory is still hazy, so I can't recall anything I did together during the Holy Grail War. Still, I'm happy that we get to meet again. I say good morning in response when... There, beaming with pride and standing tall, was a white saber. So what's up with the costume?
よくわからぬが、そなたを救い上げようと月の裏側に落ちた後、気がつくとこの姿になっていたのだ。システム変更の影響だろう。さくらはサーバント用の高速具などと言っていたが、要はそうは思わない。
It's basically to give you an excuse to go back to level 1.
おろしたての衣服はいいものだ。ややサイズが合わぬのが難点だかな。なんというかピチピチするのだ。
Yeah, that's why it's locked up. Bursting, she says. Not much of a surprise. She's wearing a rider suit with extra that accentuates the lines in her above her body. Saber's trademark was her loose skirt. Those clothes are like, even as a woman, I'm not really sure how to look.
そなたは女として機微が足りぬ。友が衣服を新調したのだ。こう一声かけるのが処世術ではないか。
Apparently, Saber really wants to hear my opinion. Alright, let's go ahead and, it looks like a wedding dress.
なんと、やはりそうなのだな。そなたからもそう見えるのだな。
The wedding dress comment made her really happy, huh? Saber has a wholly delighted expression. Like a child, she hops around with a spring in her step. Several seconds later, perhaps noticing me staring, Saber clears her throat and smooths out her clothes.
そうなのだ。花嫁なのだ。要は純白のドレスに身を包んでいる。いつかは叶えようと思い、ついぞ叶えられることはなかったのでな。らしくなくはしゃいでしまったが、多めに見よ。
Although it looks like more of a BDSM version of a wedding dress than a normal one.
しかし驚いたが嬉しいぞ。まさかそなたからかような感想が聞けようとは。
With a sigh, I sigh a little with relief. Her clothes may be different, but this girl is unmistakably Saber. I may have forgotten many things, but I get the feeling we can deal with all my fears and worries as long as she's fighting by my side.
任せるがよい。世はそなたの剣。そなたは世の命。この先何やろうと、世はそなたのもの。好きに扱うがよい。ま、逆もまた真だがな。
True enough, Saber, true enough.
さて、では探索を始めなくてはな。再会を派手に祝いたいところだが、世にも今の状況が全くわからぬ。生徒会室でレオが待っている。まずは奴から話を引き出すとしよう。
Leo. I've heard his name somewhere before. According to Sakura, the student council room is on the second floor too. Let's head over quickly. We can now access the menu. Alright, here we go. There we go. SGs is something that's gonna show up later. It's basically the matrices, but a little bit different. You'll see when we get there. So let me see. I think only in like chapter 2 or something when we get, maybe no, in chapter 1. Yeah, we do get it in chapter 1, not for our servant, but for someone else. We get the sacrament over there in the bottom right. That's the money. Equipments, it's just the normal stuff. We don't have anything else. And this is the items, the status. We get to see them. You see that costume, classical gold uniform? Yeah, that's we get the costumes for Hakuno now, which is kind of cool. And we get costumes for Saber too, which is nice. Everything's on E, and that's pretty much it. We'll see how the level up system works in this game. It's different than in Extra. Stuff like classical literature, reference books, and past exams are messily arranged here. But I pull a book out. It's an anthology on authors' works. Someone who wrote poems and children's stories while teaching agriculture to a poor village. The writing on the blackboard has been erased. I wonder if this blackboard has been used at some point. There's a monthly schedule drawn on the blackboard, but naturally nothing's filled in. Let's see if we can enter that one. If not, let's just go. Yep. Alright, let's just get in. Does this guy have anything to say? Nah, okay, so let's just get onto it. This is not gonna progress anything, so let's go into the student council room then. There's Leo, not wearing his trademark orange thing, but an actual uniform now. And also, Julius and Gawain. The student council room differs from the other classrooms, with its lush carpeting gives us the feeling of a real conference room. This greatly anachronistic wooden space has a boy in a black uniform, a young man dressed in a coat, and a young man donned in white armor. The boy in a black uniform is Leo. His uniform color may be different, but there's no way I could forget that he's my classmate. However, the other two I haven't met yet, I think. Yet also, have I? The foggy memory must mean that I was their acquaintance during the Holy Grail War.
あ、来た来た。はい、それじゃあ二人ともせーの。おはようございます。
You can already tell that Leo's gonna be a bit different than he was in the in Extra. Without the pressure to becoming the king and stuff, he just got a little bit laid back here. Huh?
もう二人とも打ち合わせ通りやってください。朝の挨拶は元気よく快活に。やや脳の作りを疑われるほどバカっぽいほど学生らしいと言ったでしょ。
Look at how tall
もう
Gawain
一度
is.
行きますからね。せーの。おはようございます。
Good morning.
Are you gonna say something?
おはようございます。
Of course. Leo silently smiles, forcing me for something. Do I also have that embarrassing greeting? Good morning!
はい、大変結構でした。善と明るい学生にふさわしいテンションです。やっぱり僕の見込んだ通りの女性でした。マンカラに言うとマブですね。
The fuck Mabo means?
ユリウス、つかぬことをお尋ねしますが、マブとは？
深い親愛を表す日本の専門用語だが、男と女につける場合で意味が異なる。まったくどこでそんな言葉を。
Is it me or is the art seems a lot more compressed than the an extra for some reason? I don't know if it's on me, or if it's actually just a game. What did it just turn into? Even these two young men are playing out an entire skit. This classmate that I know, Leo, never had such a friendly disposition, I'm pretty sure.
その様子からすると僕のことを覚えているようですね。では悪ふざけはここまでに。ご安心を。僕はあなたの知っている通りの冷静沈着なレオですから。でも残念です。忘れているようならこれを機にキャラ替えをしたかったのですが。
Did I point out how different he sounds from the old Leo when he says that?
では改めてお待ちしていました。はじめまして。僕はレオナルド・ビスタリオ・ハーブ。
Yeah, I know
今
that
更
already.
自己紹介もどうかと思いますが、この校舎で顔を合わせるのは初めてですから。
He's also introducing himself to the new players who didn't play extra.
兄さん、ガウェイン、あなたたちも自己紹介を。
ユリウスだ。今はレオのサポートに徹している。
サーバント、ガウェインです。その我が主は現在年相応の無邪気さを発散しています。ですので多少のわがままは多めに見ていただきますよう皆さんの寛容さを切実に期待します。
The person who calls himself Julius, judging by Leo's manner of speech, seems to be Leo's older brother. They don't look alike at all, but maybe they're half-brothers? Julius seems to be a master, but I don't see a servant anywhere. I don't feel the presence of a servant nearby, not typical pressure from a master from Julius himself. Even if Julius the servant were to have a total disappearance skill, Julius himself wouldn't be able to hide his status. For some reason, he's a master who's lost his servant. On the other hand, it appears that Gawain is Leo's servant. His classmate is Saber. On the servant summoned by the Holy Grail War, he's at the top of the ranks. For some reason, that's one thing I can recall exactly.
失礼します。校内の全スキャン完了しました。 校舎にはもう未発見のマスターはいないようです。
Up from the infirmary, Sakura enters the room. Leo nods, saying, "Alright," and turns back to me. Not that Leo B. Harway, I remember. No, that's the Leo B. Harway, I'll remember. The strong master, accompanied by the stronger servant. There's no erasing that fact, whenever I remember the Holy Grail or not.
状況から見て彼女たちもどこかにいると思ったのですが、いないのでは諦めましょう。
Ronnie and Rin.
あなたに来てもらったのは他でもありません。この旧校舎、いえ、月の裏側からの脱出作戦に参加していただけないでしょうか。
A plan to escape the far side of the moon. Wait a second. I can't keep up with all the rapid new developments. What happened to the school building, swallowed up by the black noise? Why have I lost my memory? Where are we? I can at least get 3 points cleared out. I can't make a decision.
おや、さくらから説明は受けていないのですね。では僕の口から説明をしても。
はい、お願いします。憶測ばかりなので AI である私には説明することができなくて。
そうでした。 AI は事実として判定された情報しかマスターに伝えられない。ムーンセルのかけた制限ですね。では質問をどうぞ。
About the school swallowed up by darkness. As about the school swallowed up by darkness, we're the scene that is saw Leo in. Leo, Shinji, and I were classmates. I explained how, after the student's sudden announcement, the people inside the school building were swallowed up by darkness and disappeared.
学校でクラスメイト同士だった。それは予選の延長ですね。おかしいな。僕とは違う。うろ覚えではありますが、僕の場合は聖杯戦争の途中で黒いスライムに襲われ、気がついたらここにいました。おそらく僕は校舎が襲われる前に予選を突破して、あなたのいた校舎から抜け出したのでしょう。さくら、予選のシステムについて僕の口から説明してもいいですか？
That's just exposition at this point.
問題ないと思います。もうここはシステムの外ですし、予選を突破していますから。
では遠慮なく。聖杯戦争には予選と本戦がありました。地上から月にアクセスしたウィザードはまず記憶を奪われ、偽りのパーソナルを与えられます。何の変哲もない西暦2000年頃の学生。それが僕らに与えられたロールでした。
I see. That feeling of being suddenly abandoned by the world was due to believing that role that the moon cell imposed on us was my current occupation.
その役割に違和感を覚え、本来の自分を取り戻したウィザードだけがマスターとしてサーバントを獲得します。サーバントと契約している以上、予選は突破していなければおかしい。ですから僕と同じように本戦であの黒いアンノウンに襲われたはずです。
No. I don't remember the day of the day today of the preliminaries, the abyssal darkness, and my servant kept calling out to me.
いいでしょうか、レオさん。レオさんはこちらに落ちてからすぐに目覚めましたけど、ずっと眠っていたから、昏睡状態の時、レオさんの言う黒いアンノウンにずっと魂を囚われていたことになります。ですから長い悪夢に侵されているうちに本戦での記憶を完全に消された、飲まれてしまったのではないでしょうか。彼女が語った予選は本当の予選ではなく、以前あった現実と夢が混ざり合った捏造された予選の可能性が高いです。
They were pretty different from the extra preliminaries, fabricated preliminaries. Then that Shinji and Leo were both just dreams. No, since each character's default configuration was reduced from my past memories, then it was just the final sight of the school building being swallowed in a dream. Even so, there was that fall at the end, the chill, that empty darkness. They're definitely no dream.
きっとそれが原因です。あなたは聖杯戦争中に怪物に捕まって今まで閉じ込められていた夢の中で見た黒い空間は、そのあなたを飲み込んだ怪物の体内みたいなものです。
Inside I'm a monster, endlessly stretching space devoid of amusement. Is that this is an electronic ocean? Maybe that's what it's like to be taken in as data by another being. but it's sounding increasingly repulsive. We were caught by a monster possessing that kind of darkness.
では質問をどうぞ。
About my memory loss. With my memory loss, ask about why I've lost my memory.
それはお前だけの話ではない。レオも校舎にいる他のマスターたちも同じだ。
はい、僕たちは全員聖杯戦争中の記憶を失っています。覚えているのは自分のサーバントと戦いの中で知り合った人々のデータだけ。例えば僕の場合、まだ負けていないことは断言できますが、何回戦まで進んでいたのかはよく思い出せない。また自分でもどうかと思うぐらい関心があるのですが、その関心を持った理由を忘れています。
お恥ずかしい話ですが、私も同様です。おそらくあなたのサーバントもそうでしょう。マスターであるレオとの出来事は覚えていますが、それ以外のことは明確に思い出せない。
はい、マスターの皆さんは予選を突破した直後の1回戦序盤の精神記憶状態に戻ってしまったんです。それに加えて長い昏睡状態だったから。
I had a worst case of memory loss, more than Leo and the others. So basically, I can't recall any sequence of events from the Holy Grail War or my background as a wizard. It was obvious, but the truth of it still sent chills on my spine. The fear that only I had lost my memories has died down. But nevertheless, not being able to recall who I used to be leaves me terribly uncomfortable.
兄さん、何か意見でも？
いや、特にはない。俺も記憶を思い起こしていたところだ。
Yeah, depending on which round we were taken in. Yeah,
そういえば、彼女はどんな窮地でもこんな態度だったなと。随分昔の出来事のようだ。
とにかく僕らが記憶を失ったこととこの旧校舎にいることは関係があるはずです。不自然に消えた記憶は不自然な状況を解析すれば戻るのが道理でしょう。では質問をどうぞ。
Last one. About where we are. Where are we? It's that familiar wooden school building as part of a seraph.
セラフではありますが、かつて僕たちがいた領域ではありません。ここは月の裏側、聖杯戦争の外です。セラフはムーンセルが聖杯戦争を進めるために構築した仮想空間でした。ですがここはムーンセルの目が届かない、いわば法の死角です。ガウェイ、例のものを。
どうぞレオ。
こんなこともあろうかとワクテカ図面を用意しておきました。
レオ、ワクテカというのは精神状態を表すスラングであって図面の用語では。
ワクテカ図面です。兄さん、兄さんだってここの表記はプロポーショナル体よりゴシック体の方がクールだとか盛り上がってたじゃないですか。
Of course he would say that.
あれは分かりやすさの追求だ。ブリーフィングでは時にスタイリッシュなものが好まれる。
なるほど。僕が言うのもなんですが、兄さんが指揮していたチームは14ばかりだったんですね。と話を戻しましょう。この図解にあるように現在僕らは月の裏側にいます。聖杯戦争は月の表側で行われているものです。つまり
We fell from the near side to the far side. Actually, that unknown black noise dropped us over the far to the far side.
そう考えるのが自然でしょう。さくら、説明を。
はい。ですね、ここはムーンセルの裏側。本来ならムーンセルが使用しないと封印した情報倉庫なんです。ムーンセルは光を記憶媒体にした物質に頼らない記録装置ですが、ここはその光が入り乱れた高次元。
Yeah, we know that already.
惑星情報や虚数すらソースとして成立する世界の外です。ムーンセル中枢が 光を閉じ込めている式典の檻なら、ここは虚数でできた打点の庭。知性を持つ生命は決して入ってはいけない絶対禁断領域です。
まあもう僕たちが入っちゃってるんで絶対も禁断もありませんけどね。
Yeah, that is true. Well, that's not a cheerful haha next to him. Gawain and Julius wear grim expressions. However, seeing as they are deliberately not complaining means they've embraced Leo's sudden change of attitude. This is my guess. For me, Leo is now freed of his status and wants to live this kind of life as a student, or always wanted to.
とにかくそんな危険な領域で僕たちは目を覚ました。
私たち NPC も同様です。本戦でマスターの皆さんと一緒に飲み込まれ、生き残った者が後者に残されています。
Far side of the moon. This is the first time I've heard such a place, but certainly the Holy Grail War is a journey from the surface to the moon to its center. Since the moon cell is circular, it wouldn't be strange another stage would be behind that core. The question is probably where we can leave here or not.
そうですね。この急行車は安全のようですが、それもいつまで安全なのか保証がない。加えて校舎の外はあの暗い海です。僕たちでは触れた瞬間に消滅するでしょう。
Yeah, let's not do that.
これで状況は理解できましたね。さて、そこで僕からの質問です。月の裏側、失われた記憶、謎の急行車、出口のない世界。この状況で僕らがするべきことは何でしょうか。
Well, we should probably look for a way out. It's most likely the main thing right now. Escape and return to the Holy Grail War. It's obvious. No matter what circumstances we're in, we have to get back to the Holy Grail War. I have yet to recover anything. My memories of who I am, how I joined the battle, the ideals that I have to for obtaining the Holy Grail. I'm still empty.
だろうな。聖杯戦争では敵同士であっても、この状況では手を組まざるを得ない。お前は、そういう女だ。
そうですね。それが一番正しい目的です。セーバーさんも今の言葉を聞いたら喜びます。
期待以上の返答です。これで共同戦線の開始ですね。聖杯戦争に復帰するまで、いえ、月の裏側から脱出するまで、僕たちは仲間です。では改めて、レオビー・ハーウェイの名のもとに、ここに、つくみはら生徒会の発足を宣言します。
Ah, so dramatic, Leo. His declaration was filled with strong determination. I'm not sure about the name, but under this commander, we can overcome the hardships, any hardship. He's enough to inspire our hopes of such.
しかし、まず第一の問題があります。これをクリアできなければ、脱出プランを練ることすら不可能でしょう。誠に言いづらいのですが、人数が足りないのです。
Yeah, that is true. Huh?
会長の僕、秘書の兄さん、ジーヤのガメイン、そしてショブしかいないではありませんか。
Oh, that's a different reason.
これで
Okay.
は僕が夢見た生徒会とは呼べない。いや、呼んでいいはずがない。生徒会というのはもっと華やかで青春の匂いで満ちていてトラブルが多発するものなのです。
I think you're reading too many mangas, my guy. Oh, poor Julius.
その通りです、我が君。どのような品種であれ、
かわいい
花が増えるのは良いことかと。
Come on, my guy.
そういうことですので、生徒会メンバーを見繕ってきてください。少なくとも副会長と書記の2人は必須です。校舎には僕たちと同じ境遇のマスターが何人かいますから、有能そうな人を片っ端からスカウトしてきてください。
The talk ends there. Leo's first order was to recruit. He says I need to help launch a student council. They're finding other masters in this school building. They're persuading them to join. This is a really good idea, Leo. I'll be assisting everyone from here on out, specifically as an OS that executes and supports President Leo's operations. Currently, I'm using a root to also serve as the main CPU that makes up the old school building. Thus, regretfully, I have the infirmary closed. In the case of an emergency, I'll open the infirmary right back up if anyone needs it, so please don't worry.
バッチリです。
Come on, my guy.
その通りです。我が君。どのような品種であれ、花が増えるのは良いことかと。
It's the same
バッ
thing.
チリで
That's why we can't enter the infirmary after that little segment. Books are tightly lined up all the way to the ceiling. Large assortment of genres are here, like history, literature, and economics. From among them, one stands out. Instruction to Curry for Dummies. Not sure why, but I'm sad now. I shall introduce myself once more. I am my King Leo's servant. My name is
実
Gawain.
に喜ばしい。
We'll clash in the Holy Grail War, but this is the far side of the moon. With the same aim, let us be a passing good comrades. Anything else?
実に、
Hey, Julius.
まったく。
You may think Leo's an imposter, but that there, without a doubt, is a real thing. Just trust me on this.
まったく。
楽しくなってきましたね。
First thing is to recruit. We can't have a rich student council activities without talented members. It may be, no, it is mundane, but it is also a critical duty. I hope to see your splendid persuasive skills in action, Hakuno. A variety of information is displayed here. However, it's really tough to read from this close up. Here, it would help to back up a bit, I guess. I mean, we can't interact with the thing yet. Let's just go to the closet there. I wonder if there are any cleaning supplies in here. Julie's sweeping up the student council room with a broom or dust cloth, or Gawain. I don't want to see him doing that stuff. There's a trash can here, right? Looks like a garbage bin. There's nothing inside. Hold on. I feel like I saw some black thing move just now. No, just my imagination. No doubt about it. I'll leave it at that. Yep, it's just the same. Alright, off we go. Let's see, do I have anything new to say? Nope, nothing. Alright, the NPCs don't have anything new to say, so let's just... Oh, look who it is. Before that, let me just, there we go. Yami, you joining the after-school study group too? I volunteer. You can get further there by studying alone. That kind of talk is pointless now. I'm an NPC prepared by the moon itself. My default settings as brightest in his class, quick-witted, but also well-mannered. Though none of those are worth anything here. Even if I say I'm capable, what am I supposed to do in this situation? What's up? Still need something? All I can really do is offer a relaxing study session. Yep, same thing. Oh, Mr. Rever, you're the one, the girl Sakura sheltered in the infirmary. What? When you woke up, the world completely changed and reverted to level 1? Don't worry, don't worry. The moon cell still will start bringing everything under control before we know it. Not only the NPCs got swallowed up, but the masters too, so there's no reason to think any more help would come, right? Oh, you're okay. I'm glad you're safe. I'm the manager NPC. That's with explaining the system. Thank you for having me. If you keep staring so much, it's embarrassing. Do you know what to do next? After you're done talking with me, you can press start button to hint, and hints will come out. But not all events are on there. There are lots to do, so please don't overdo it. Yep, there it is. Pressing the triangle button opens the main menu. There, you can save your game. I recommend saving frequently, if you please. While moving, you can jump with the circle button. The may not be particularly used for jumping, but whenever you feel like it, please press it. Right, I completely forgot that this has a dedicated press jump button, which is useless. If you keep staring so much, it's embarrassing. Alright, that's pretty much all there is. Hakuno, my friend, help me out. Let me see your English notes class later. I knocked out during class. I lost my Japanese dictionary too. I was getting comfortable because my bag was lighter today. This is why? We'll talk to Shinji in a little bit. For now, let's go into the classrooms and talk to these guys. Oh, hey, Gato. How are you doing?
どいつもこいつもふぬけた NPC のような面をしよってまともなマスターはどこに消えた小生のようなマスラオはこの世界に嫌われたと見えるおおまさに大根絶
Relax, buddy.
LMS 債務 LMS 債務 我は求め訴えたり、神仏よ、我に観難真空を与えたまえ。具体的に言うと地に飢えた修羅を、あるいはより地に飢えた修羅を、ダメならもっと地に飢えた修羅を。とにかく殴りがいのある好敵手を。このままでは文字癒されすぎて骨抜きになってしまいます。
I desperately try to remember. This person making a racket before me is clearly a master. If this guy were an NPC, I would be complaining to his maker. But I just can't remember his name. Though I've seen him before, I may have never actually talked to him or fought him.
貴様、マスターだな。そのサーバントの気配、間違いない。
And now he's noticed me. If I keep ignoring him, it seems like he'll just follow me around. Such a answer, honestly.
やはりそうか。見たところなかなかの面構え。まさに地獄にキューピッドであるな。小生の名はガトー文字。あらゆる神学を走破し、あらゆる真理に至ったスーパー駆動僧である。とは言っても、ここではお主と同じ。共に戦い、共に競い合う一介のマスターよ。まあ、サーバントはもういないのだが。
No servant. Is that even possible in the Holy Grail War? No servant means you're defeated. And being defeated means...
いや、それがな、我が神は正直ないわと信託を残して立ち去られたのだ。
Yeah, that would be a very awkward thing to do.
原始黄金の女神は立ち姿すらワイルデンであった。ちなみにワイルドとゴールデンをつなげてみた。
Uh-huh.
その後、気がつけばこの桃色校舎にポツンと一人、退屈と破壊衝動を持て余しておったのだ。
He's pretty much the same boat as Leo and I. Gato, it seems like a pain in the neck, but right now we need all the help we can get. I'll try inviting him to join the student council.
ほう、マスターたちによる脱出計画とな。お主ら、ここから出る気だったのか。
Of course, I immediately reply. We're trapped here. Obviously, we're gonna have to think about getting out of here as soon as possible.
小生は脱出する気はなかったぞ。小娘、ソモさん。
Somo-san.
セッパと答え。ソモさんは質問するぞという意味だ。セッパはかかってこいという意志だ。それはそれとしてだ。小娘、お主はここがどう見える？
I think it's an antiquated school building, dyed in an every evening glow, and a complete contrast with the original school building.
それだけであろう。小生は以前の校舎よりこちらの方が好きだ。
It does have a warm feeling than the other one, true.
日は沈みかけ、空には桜が舞い、屋上でも桜が舞い、校庭では桜が舞う。桜しか舞っていないな。しかし危険な場所は一つもない。外は人外魔境のようだが、この校舎は良き思いで満ちている。しかも時間の概念すらない。何時間過ごそうと日にちが経たないのなら、ここは桃源郷か竜宮城であろうよ。
I'm surprised. That's one way to look at it. Like Gato said, this school building is safe for the time being. Even if it is the far side of the moon, detached from the normal world, there might be no danger in staying here.
小生は修行の場を選ばん。むしろ新天地は心を躍る。ここで修練を積むのもまたよしだ。
I see. So I guess that's why he's been spewing nothing but nonsense so far. Gato doesn't seem like he wants to escape. I don't expect him to join the student council then. I'll look for someone who's capable.
いや、参加するぞ、生徒会。これは聖杯戦争ではないのだろう。では、助けを請われて断るわ。
Well, there we go. Our first recruit. He didn't say that before. He was a monk?
来航のようなツッコミ、グラッチ。Q すれば通ず、まさにプロビデンス。照れるな、照れるな。荷物をまとめ次第、そちらに合流するゆえ。では、小生の活躍に乞うご期待。
Off he goes. And he's gone. For now, I only got one person to cooperate. They say this is the far side of the moon. Not trouble. There's no way the moon cell will allow such waste. It's probably Father Katamini is doing. There's no doubt he enjoys tormenting Masters humans. But I'm worried about the cessation of our orders from the moon cell. Could it really be that? Your master, right? Is it really, so it really wasn't just the management NPCs who got dragged into this. Losing a master here would impede the Holy Grail War. I ask that you act calmly. We're completely offline right now. Regrettably, only the events say I could probably help you, masters. No, the other guy. I want to talk to the other guy. This guy. Like you, like you all. When we woke up, we found ourselves here. I wonder how much of all this moon cell's aware of. I can't establish a connection with the moon cell. What's gonna happen to us now? I figured I should decide on a plan for our first date. But a movie, it's like, what do I do if it's boring? Movies on the first date are great if you can't think about it for yourself. He's obviously taking pointers from some manual. Hey, first dates are pretty much always have to be at movies, right? Huh? It's the far side of the moon. We're trapped here. What the hell? That's hilarious. So basically we're saying we're special. Alright, I'm suddenly feeling motivated. I'm going to be the dating king. Something romantic or a fantasy. Classic masterpieces are nice too. I can't wait. Nothing is written here. Actually, I found something written in small letters in one of the corners. Fuck you, sunset. Complete works of some classical literature, encyclopedias, and other things are tightly packed together. Just to see, I pulled out a book, but the print was so fine I started getting dizzy. I gently put it back in its place. Though I tried to write something, but with no chalk I gave up. No, but it's the same thing. Alright. Alright, now let's talk to Shinji. I see you have your new uniform too.
お前よかったようやく話がわかるやつが出てきたよ
As soon as he sees me, Shinji's face starts to glow. He's barely said anything yet. Just from his gestures, I could tell he's the same Shinji Mato I saw in the previous school building. Even if that previous school building was a dream I had, the actor in that dream were projections of those that had I met the real preliminaries. That I had met, I mean. It's safe to say that this Shinji has the same personality as I remember.
で君もあれかい気がついたらこの校舎にいた口だろ
Nope, we're looking for it. I answered Shinji's question with a shake of my head. I explained that I just had woken up in this whole school building, so he had to see in the exit.
眠っていたどこでは保健室だってへえそんなところあったんだ
Brother, this isn't. The school's pretty small. You must be blind not to see it.
まこっちに来た途端寝込むとかボンクラな君らしいけど期待を外さない三流ぶりだね
Oh yeah, by the way, where's your servant, Shinji? Shinji talks the same way he usually does. I know he's saying rude things, but I don't feel any animosity towards him. It looks like I've gotten too used to his elitism and self-consciousness from my dream. Also, Shinji really is brilliant despite how he looks. Just like Leo asked of me, let's try scouting him for the student council.
はあ生徒会ここから脱出するために協力してチームを組む
Yeah, that's the deal.
お断りだね生徒会なんてくだらないよみんな仲良くで脱出するなら勝手にやってれば
Alright, whatever you
僕は
say.
天才だからね凡人たちとは組まないのさ誰の手も借りないよ
Okay, don't come crying to us later then.
大体レオがいたってのも初耳だ僕あいつ嫌いなんだよね余裕しゃくしゃくで偉そうだし、レオがいなくなって僕が会長だって言うなら考えてやるよそれまで近寄らないでくれる
Alright, whatever. He had rejecting me, but that's just what Shinji does. I think he's going to do all that on his own. I know he's not great at making friends, but I don't think it's smart to act tough in situations like this.
ご心配どうも。いらないお世話だよ。いつだって僕は一人だしね。ゲームはソロプレイが一番さ。
Whatever you
そ
say.
れよりさ、聖杯戦争のことを覚えているのかい？
Yeah? I answer by saying that I can't really recall anything. I feel like I made it through several rounds with my servant, but as long as I don't know who or how I fought, I have nothing to tell Shinji. The only real feeling I have left is a firm bond I have with Saber.
サーバント？お前、サーバント連れているのか？
Yeah, I do. Obviously, being a master and all, I replied with Shinji's astonishment. It was closer to fear than confusion. I asked about Shinji's servant and,
いないよ。どうも、ここに来るときにはぐれたみたいだ。ま、聖杯戦争に戻ればすぐ帰ってくるさ。
yeah, it is a shame. I do like Drake.
そうだ。早くここから抜け出して聖杯戦争に戻らないと。マスターがいないんだ。バカなりにあの女も心細いだろうし。それに聖杯戦争は続行中だろうしね。7日以内に決戦場に行かないと不戦敗で負けになっちゃうの知ってるだろ？
7-day period, final battlefield, a loss by absence. When I heard that, I remembered it too. The Holy Grail was a tournament with 7 rounds. First, an opponent is assigned for you. After 7 days of preparation, you go into the final battlefield to fight the enemy master. Those are the rules. Naturally, losing this fight means elimination. Not reaching the battlefield is also a defeat. And the loser gets...
負けたら死ぬっていうやつだろ？
Oh yeah, it still doesn't believe it.
バカらしい。いざとなったらログアウトすればいいだけの話さ。古臭い脅し文句だよ。
Sure, that could be the final selection of the Holy Grail Warriors. Worst comes to worst, you can just drop your connection and return to your body on Earth. However, it says not a single wizard who went after the moon has returned from cyberspace. And the real problem is that we're in this school building and able to get out.
何暗い顔してんだよ。この校舎だけ地上と回線がつながっていないだけだろ。このストラクチャから別の領域に出ればすぐに回線も戻る。そうに決まってる。
He's not wrong, but yeah.
なに、ムーンセルは神の頭脳なんだろ。ならすぐに助けをよこす。
Yeah, he's wrong about that though.
なぜって？ここに最大の優勝候補である僕がいるんだからね。運営側がスターを放っておくはずがないだろ。
They really wouldn't do anything like that. Anything else?
バカじゃない。
They're so damn persistent. A friendly little student council isn't my thing. Can't you butter someone else?
バカじゃない。
Alright, see you later. Now we go downstairs. Nothing else from you? Nah. That one's still closed. And, right. If I remember, there's one this way and the other way. There she is. So let's go into the library before we talk to her. It's not like we can leave anyways. Visiting is pointless. We can't defy that power. Classmates, hilarious. How nice it is to be a carefree regular student NPC. She can't fathom the gravity of the situation. We're now in undefined hell, and we're supposed to ignore the fact that we keep pretending that we're in the preliminaries. She's been shaking ever since she woke up. She seems worried. We're so low level NPC, but maybe I can be helpful in some way, even if it's just staying by her side. Huh? Why am I concerned about her? Because she's my classmate. Am I not supposed to? Yeah, it is strange. Why would a regular student NPC like me be doing things outside my role? You're a master, right? Let me tell you this about servants. You become a master for the first time by contracting with a servant. Master provides their servant with prana, magical energy, and the servant fights for their master. In a way, master and servants, though a master and servant relationship is said to be a true and equal standing. Servants are reproductions of heroic spirits, existence from the world's legends and myths created by the moon cell. Though I say reproduction, the method is extremely similar to summoning. Their forms aren't of the moon, but rather from records of human history on Earth. Your servant too exists as a living human at some point in time, or came to be from the collective fantasies of people. I've been trying to access the management server for a while now, but it keeps failing. This is bad, I've never seen this before. I can't contact the moon cell, so that means that there won't be any periodic checkups from moon cell. Could it possibly mean? Could one say that we've been freed from Moon Cell? I give up. We're unable to go back to the old school building. We're just fully isolated. We're like a ship stuck in a gravitational field. How is the Moon Cell thing going to respond to this situation, I wonder? Those on the near side of the moon probably treat us as deserters, since we exist as nothing. It's highly likely that even if we were to return to this point, we consider it defective if we disassembled. Disassembled, I mean. Yeah, there's nothing really interesting here, just books. Laria, big ones, yeah, just normal books. There are special events in the library later, so we will take a look at that later.
またお会いできましたね。
I'm pretty sure this woman is, oh yeah, Taiga Fujimura? That was previous school building's new teacher. Since she was a teacher, I figured she was part of the management, an NPC prepared by the Moon Cell, but she's a master too.
藤村大河ですか？おかしいですね。私、そんな愛らしい名前を語った記憶はないのですが。
The nun cast her eyes down, looking troubled. As I thought, Taiga Fujimura doesn't seem to be her name, so her real name is...
摂政院キアラと申します。予選では教師の役割をこなしていました。
And that was the name.
あなたとも知り合いましたね。
And that was the name that Gato was spewing in Rani's route. Yep, this is the Seshuin Kiara. We'll know more about her. Definitely know more about her and especially in the CCC route. But right now, let's just keep talking. This lady, Kiara, smiles gratefully. Her gaze is warm, as if she's grateful from the bottom of her heart to meet me again. Despite the entire situation we're in, her gaze makes me unconsciously blush.
でも本当によかった。あの黒いノイズに襲われた時は覚悟を決めましたが、あなたは無事だったのですね。
Hold on a second. Just now, did you get attacked by the black noise?
ええ、予選で校舎ごと飲み込まれました。ですが、幸いこの通り大事なく、足もあれば手もありましょう。夢かうつつかとお迷いでしたら、その手で直に触ってみるのはいかがでしょう。さあ、どうか遠慮なさらずに。
There's chest. No, oh my god, you really can't call those chest clothes, my guy. They tied her. They are so tight to her body. They might as well be a skin-tight suit. It goes rustle as she holds out one hand. She may not be aware of it, but her gesture is exceedingly soft and feminine. Men are a given, but even women would be captivated by her. No, I need to calm down. This isn't time for this. What's important is that we both went through the same ordeal. Kiara is also in that school building and was swallowed by the black noise.
はい、私このような服装ですから、走ったものの転んでしまって、あえなく黒い泥に飲み込まれてしまいました。1階の廊下から階段に向かうあなたに声をかけたのですが、そちらは覚えておいでですか？
I shook my head. No. I see. In that moment, Kiara was also asking for help. The reality is that she was left in that building, and ultimately no one came to rescue her. Assigned with guilt, I unconsciously lowered my eyes in shame.
いいのです。ご自分をあまり責めないでください。あの時はああすることが最善でした。それに今の後悔だけで私は報われました。たった一度話しただけの私の命を悔やんでくれるほどあなた。
Oops, sorry. With a thank you session, Kiara expressed a heartfelt appreciation towards Harukuno Kishinami, who had abandoned her. Warmth rises in my chest. Even if her words are just concerns over my sense of guilt, her wholehearted gratitude was genuine. She gently smiles as if embracing the behavior and personality of another person. Kiara's modest conduct was seldom seen in everyday life. Someone like this will definitely join the student council, believing that I explained about Leo in the student council.
生徒会ですか。確かにここから外を目指すのなら皆さんで手を取り合うのが上策でしょう。ですがごめんなさい、私は生徒会に参加はできないのです。
Huh? No way. The other masters are one thing, but for her to refuse joining us, there's no way I can accept that without an explanation.
理由は明白です。レオさんやあなたは真剣に全身全霊をかけて脱出を目指しています。そんな中にここから出る気がないものが混ざっていては
I mean, Gato also doesn't want to leave. Gato also doesn't want to leave any join either way.
私はそのようなさまつごとで決意を怪我したくないのです。申し訳ありませんがお引き取りを。
Kara rolls her eyes sorrowfully. I understand how much she's concerned for me, so much that it hurts. But she doesn't want to leave. What could that be all about?
私には不可能と認め心が折れたと申しましょうか。これでも自分なりに脱出を試みました。しかし私の力ではできて外へ穴を開ける程度。外に出た瞬間私の力では形を保てず消滅するでしょう。
Oh, what do we have here?
私では力不足
Servant,
な
huh?
のです。ですがレオさんやあなたのサーバントならその時もしあなたが脱出する時何の苦しみもなく私を置き去りにしていけますか。きっとあなたは迷ってしまうでしょう。力なき者を見捨てるご自分の弱さに私は足手まといにはなりたくはないのです。そう悲しそうな顔はしないで。ご安心を。この校舎だってそう悪いものではありませんから。私たちを閉じ込めたものが何かは存じません。ですがこれほどのリソースを持っているにもかかわらずそれは寛大な心があるということではないでしょうか。私は九死に一生を得ました。ここにいる者たちはその何者かの情けで見逃されているのです。
Kara makes a fair point. However, no one can say for sure how long that someone's generous heart will last. And anyways, isn't that a stretch to say they let us go when we're trapped in here, or trapped us here?
それはごもっともですので私は生徒会の皆さんを否定はしませんし応援したく思います。ただ私の力が足りないだけなのです。きっと最後の最後で私は皆様の足かせになってしまうでしょう。
In a way, sort of.
そうならないよう距離を取っておきたいのです。先ほど私を助けられなかっただけで心を痛めたあなたのような人とは。
I have no choice but to back off if she says that. No one understands a master and servant's ability better than the master themselves. It should be irresponsible for me, a stranger, to interject in if Kiara herself says she's not strong enough.
本当に困った人ですね。そんな顔をなさらないで。
Also, Kiara is a lot shorter than I remember. She's with heels and she's at the same height as Hakuno, a female Hakuno's model.
あなたは私のような女とは違うようです。言わずとも感じております。あなたには清廉な意志がある。この摂政院キアラ、未だ自分の命のみを優先する不徳の身ですが、陰ながら応援させていただきますね。聞いていましたか、アンデルセン。
There you go.
3問以下の言葉ですが、あなたの批評も何かの役には立ちましょう。
Kiara called her servant not by class, but by her hidden true name. That's one of the things which should be concealed for the Holy Grail War, above all else. Servant's true name, and she spoke without no issue. And it makes sense. She's truly given up on going back alive. She's showing her hand to me, someone who would have eventually become her enemy because she doesn't want to return to the Holy Grail War. A young boy appears. One could say he looks handsome, yet in his eyes are the shadows of a bitter despair. Hans Christian Henderson, famous for The Little Mermaid and A Little Match Girl, one of the world's 3 greatest fairy tale writers. There were the fairy tales I've heard at bedtime so many times really be read by this young boy.
ただいま紹介に預かった三流のサーバントアンデルセンだ。
If that voice sounds familiar, it's because he is the narrator for chapter 1. Also, he's Dio's voice actor from JoJo.
何のクラスかは語るまでもない。最低なマスターにふさわしい低俗な英霊だからな。しかし呆れるほど凡夫の顔だな。苦悩もなく悲哀もなく、ただこの世界に投げ出された被害者面。いいぞ、悪くない。道家とはそうでなくてはならん。愚昧さは罪というが、凡俗として世に投げ出されたことは行幸だ。何しろ善も悪も楽しめる。それが真っ当な人生というやつだ。我々は皆母体から生み出され、世界の醜さに笑うのみなのだからな。なんだその顔は。何？批評は求めていない？助言が欲しい。バカ者、それならそうと初めから言え。他人を信じるな、女を信じるな。特にこの女だけは避けて通れ。肉体、言葉、思想、結末、その全てが常人には毒になる。強すぎる光は目を潰すというだろう。聖人の説法というやつは凡俗には耐えられぬものだ。この女の場合はさらに始末が悪い。
もう口を開ければひどいことばかり。私はただこの事態を解決する意志も能力もないのですと告白しただけなのに。アンデルセン、やはりあなたは外に出すより箱の中の方がお似合いなのかしら。
語れと言われたから語ったまで。そして走り出したが最後、この俺の悪質は止まらんぞキアラ。この凡夫どもを導けと命じたのは貴様だ。俺は辛辣に真実を語る。歯に絹つけた言い回しでは薬にもならん。その人間の価値、ひたすらにこき下ろしてやろう。
またその言葉ですか。あなたとはそれなりに長いですが、人間に値をつけるのはいけないと言っているでしょ。
事実を口にするのが俺の仕事だ。いいか、人間の命には価値がある。お前はその価値を浪費している。毒踏め。お前もだ、若きマスターよ。
Oh, how nice. Looks at me with this discerning gaze, and as if appraising me. Doesn't look like a young boy. He has a mature presence.
お前はお前の物語の主役のつもりだろう。ああ、それは真実だ。だがその舞台はいつあろう目も当てられない打作で終わる。人は誰しもが主役だが、名演をこなし名作として幕を下ろせるのは一握りの勝者だけだ。故に止まるな、浪費するな、空費するな。望みを果たしたいならこんなところで批評家の声など聞くなということだ。さっさと馬車馬のように働け、三流ども。
こういうサーバントですけど、仲良くしてあげてくださいね。根は素直ないい人なんですよ。
Is that so? If Gareth hadn't smoothed things out, right about Saber, right about now, Saber would probably jumped out and started hurling insults. Anyways, Gareth turned down joining the student council, but will cooperate as much as possible. She might change her mind every time, but for now I'll settle for this. Anyways, what? Still need something from me? I apologize. but I cannot join the student council. However, if there's anything I can do, I'll support you as much as I can, Hakuno.
傑作だな、バカめ。
You look quite the sucker, Hakuno Kishinami. She's a hypocrite and uses that to butter people up.
アンデルス
Enough, Ederson. That's all you ever talk about.
申し訳ありません。
傑作だな、バカ
Be
め。
this infatuated with me. Are you one of those eager wannabes? I want to teach you the secret to writing. The kind of people who teach others their craft are no different from idiots. What? Still need something for me? Okay. We will get to ask him questions later on, but for now, let's just hurry up and finish up this part. Just need to go into here and... Oh, this doesn't look like a classroom, but it seems accessible. Since it's not locked, I'll just go in since I'm already looking around. Hey there, Jinako.
ほうほう。1970年に神秘学のねクイズでオーバーカウント1999が発生と。オイルショックみたいなものすかね。これで魔術師は軒並み近代化することになったっすか。ま、僕には関係ない話っすけど。
She's catching up with the lore.
それにしてもこの快適さはどうだ。校舎のデッドスペースを利用して衣食住すべてタダときた。
Perfect for a neat like you, huh?
どんな状況でも引きこもれるスキルこそ最強。ジナコさんはもうここから出ないっすよ。
Someone was in the janitor's closet, warped in a futon like a snail. Let's go indulging yourself in idleness, laziness, and flab is. Yeah, Jinako Karigiri. She's a flawless woman that occupied the equipment storage in the previous school building.
なんか風通しが良くなったよな。なんかすごい一体感を感じるっす。吹いてきてる。確実に着実にジナコさんの方に。中途半端にしよう。とにかくとことん引きこもってやろうじゃん。そんな覚悟で振り返ると。なんすかあんた、人のサンクチュアリに土足で踏み込むとか訴えるっすよ。
Okay, Jinako. Ow, goddamn. Jinako scrambles to her feet and hits me with an extremely fierce tackle.
ロックロックロック。超厳重な鍵をかけて僕のターンエンド。もう誰もジナコさんの姿は見えないっす。
Yeah, I like her voice actress too. She's very good. Especially in her later chapter, is really good. You'll see it when we get there. Like, I think it's like chapter 4 or 5. Shoot, she blindsided me. She ran and locked the janitor's closet. It's not, budging. I feel like there's several layers of locks on the inside.
つーか誰っすかあんた。新聞と課金とお説教はたくさんっす。永遠に訪れないおとといに来てください。
What a way to reject someone. Though I feel awkward now after all that to still have my offers from Leo. I don't think she's an NPC, that means she's a master. She stepped here with us, so I have to ask her to join the student council.
生徒会？ここから出る？ここ結構っす。僕ここから出たくないし、勝手にやってろって感じ？だいたいレオってあの金髪お子様でしょ？あいつ苦手っす。リアル天才とかマジ目がつぶれる。妬みそねみでつらつらとスレを回されたくなかったらジナコさんには関わるなと警告しておいてくれっす。ああ、でもあんたは別っすよ。同じ凡人として癒されるっていうか。僕の気のせいかもしれないけど、もしかして以前どこかで会ってないっすか？
I don't have any concrete proof, but I answered by saying we've met before. I don't know how many events of that other school building actually happened, but I recognize Jinako's face. If it actually did happen, then we should be acquainted.
やっぱりそうっすか。オカルトっすね。君に免じて完全無視はやめる方向で。生徒会には出ないけど、生徒会室はストリームで監視しとくっすよ。嵐コメントは任せろっす。
Will do.
もちろん見てるだけっすから、ジナコさんに意見とか求めないように。基本僕はウォッチャーっすからね。
Alright. She won't leave the room, but she'll monitor what happened in the student council room. I guess that's what she means. I don't know how I feel about me being watched, but being able to share information is a plus. It saves us the trouble of explaining everything. Yet I feel like I'm leaving out her all alone, and this unfamiliar school building is dangerous.
奏者よ
Oh, I just noticed.
諦めよ。この扉は見た目より重く厚く何より面倒だ。
Saber's keels on the underside are blue. I didn't ever notice that.
せっかくのそなたの気遣いも届かないのでは話にならん。そして世はあのような醜悪な肉は好ま
Saber,
ない
you're being mean. No fat shaming here.
腐ることで美しいものならばよいが磨けば光るものを腐らせるのは愚者の贅沢。だいたい大敗日を見たいのなら世とマイルームに引きこもればよい。そなたとならたとえ千日愛にただれようと世は恐れぬからな。むしろかかってくるがよい。
Saber's right. I'm just about done looking around the school building, so I'll quit trying to convince her. Just head back to the student council room. We don't have the fast travel yet, so you have to walk everywhere. Alright, that was everyone. Now let's just go ahead and talk to the student council room, and we can end this part for now.
お帰りなさい。人材集めは終わりましたか？
Yeah, another reply. Regardless of the outcomes, I spoke with all the masters in the school building, I think. Yeah, he's pretty much the only one who's joined us.
ごめん。我こそは地獄に垂れた阿弥陀如来の雲の糸ガトーモンジお呼びと聞いて即タクハーツ
There he is. Before I can report the results, Gato clambers into the student council room.
モンジガトー？
その通り。いや、小生に声をかけるとは恐るべしは西洋財閥の次期当主よ。しかし当主殿ではいかにも他人行儀。ここは同じ生徒会の仲間としてレオ会長とお呼びすればよいかな。
彼はあなたが。
Leo's looking genuinely annoyed. Glances at me, and oh, that's right. He was one of who said anyone's fine, so it's not my fault.
失礼ですがガトーさん、あなたはサーバントを連れていますか？
いや、おらぬ。我が神は旅立たれてしまわれた。しかしね判めされよ。サーバントがいなくとも小生は名うてのマスター。いて困るというものではないぞ。
ええ、まあこちらもサーバントの有無で生徒会メンバーを決めるつもりはありませんが。
では良いではないか。小生より安くなぜ殺したし応援団は任せてもらおう。
誰がお笑い芸人を連れてきてほしいと言いましたか？
Oh, he's annoyed. I bowed my head and apologized from the bottom of my heart. It's not that important, but the correct quote is, "Art is long, life is short."
仕方ありませんね。ガトーさんは生徒会室の掃除やお茶組、校舎の見回りやトイレ掃除をお願いします。兄さん、指導してあげてくださいね。
悪意はないと分かってはいるが、恨むぞ。
It's always fun seeing Julius's annoyed sprite.
まあまあ、言動に難はありますが、ガトー文字は人角の人物と聞きました。きっと何かの役に立ってくれます。それで、他の人材はどこですか？
I report on 3 people, Shinji, Jineko, and Kiara. Shinji has no servant and wouldn't stomach joining the student council, so we refused. Jineko shut herself in the janitor's closet and stated that she would only monitor us. Kiara says she will support the operations of the student council, but won't join the council itself. Both Kiara and her servant Anderson are the type to cooperate directly.
出たくないと出る気がないですか。ジナコカリギリはそのうち覚悟を決めるにしても、キアラさんはちょっとわかりませんね。
レオ、わからないとは どういった意味なのでしょう。摂政院キアラとは我々も一度会っています。彼女は格の高い人物でしたが。
Yeah, I'm sure.
そうですね、考えすぎかもしれません。ただ言葉尻に微妙な違いを感じたので。ともあれ、校舎にいるマスターは僕らを含めて7人だけのようです。現在の生徒会メンバーは全体の半数を超えました。今はそれでよしとしましょう。
Student council members are Leo, Julius, Gato, and myself. This could certainly be enough, but I feel like there were more masters who could fit the student council. About 2 of them. It's no use, I can't remember.
人員不足はいずれ解決するでしょう。今は行動の時です。さくら、中に入るためのゲートは作っていただけましたか？
はい、緊急時ですので特別措置として許可しました。けど私は反対です。中はどうなっているのか、ここからではスキャンはおろかモニターさえできない状況です。安全は保証できません。そんなところに送り込むのは。
Sakura speaks vaguely while peeking at me with the side glances. I don't understand what they're talking about, but it seems Sakura is concerned about my well-being.
しかし現状はそれしか手段はありません。これは僕たちの判断です。 AI であるあなたに責任は負わせませんよ。
わかりました。けどそれなら私にも手伝わせてください。皆さんの健康管理が私の存在意義ですから。
それはこちらからもお願いします。現状人手が足りませんから、当面は僕とさくらだけでバックアップをします。
待て待て、お主ら何をするつもりなのだ？
Yeah,
小生にも説明してくれんか。
you're having this conversation without explaining anything, buddy.
これは失礼。説明が前後しましたが、あなたにはこれからアリーナに向かってもらいます。
The arena? If I remember correctly, is a structure prepared for the Holy Grail War. One could call it a dungeon. For masters who have had their opponents decided within the 7th period, they train collecting information about their enemies and proceed to the final battlefield, all within the arena constructed in layers. As he's saying that the school building also has an arena.
いえ、アリーナらしきものです。この校舎は月の裏側にポツンと浮かんだ泡のようなものと思ってください。泡がなくなれば皆さんは虚数に飲まれて消滅、ないし定まらない乱数として永劫にさまようことになります。この校舎から外に出ることは自殺行為です。ですが一つだけ比較的正常な状態で表側に向かっている構造体を発見しました。それが校庭にある桜の木です。
Fitting.
あの木の下には外に通じると思われる未確認のアリーナがあるんです。
ではそのアリーナを抜ければ外、月の表側、聖杯戦争に戻れるのだな。
その可能性は高いです。未確認アリーナでは格好がつかないので桜迷宮と名付けました。
The Sakura Labyrinth. The only road to the outside world sounds like investigating is the duty given to me in Saber. But wouldn't Leo and Gawain be a little more reliable for this job?
そうしたいのは山々ですが、中は夜なんです。
夜なんです。どこの地名だ？
Oh my god, this
何です
guy.
か？
誰かそこの人を購買部にでも放り込んでください。まあ夜か朝かはちょっとした冗談ですが、実際問題としてバックアップには僕とさくら2人でも足りないほどです。何しろ未知の領域ですから、常にモニターしつついざとなればこちらにログアウトさせる。そ
Okay.
の手のウィザードスキルを持っていないでしょ。
Nope. Like Leo said, I'm just not that skilled. I mean, I took everything just to make a contract with my servant. As long as I like digital battle, and logistical support skills, doing a field survey on foot is the most I can do.
理解が早くて助かります。こちらの準備は先ほど整いました。バックアップは生徒会室で行います。桜の木へ向かってください。ゲートは桜が開いてくれます。
はい、管理者権限で木の中に入るゲートを作りました。
小生が言ってはいかんのか。
You don't have a servant, my guy.
やめておけ。
サーバントがいないマスターでは返り討ちになるだけだ。アリーナである以上エネミーはいる。俺やお前では、いや俺やお前なら一体は倒せるとしても。
Not so disappointed. It's shush. Oh wait, with a hum. I see. So the general rule is that only a master who brings the servant along can enter the Sakura Labyrinth.
以上です。皇帝に向かってください。桜迷宮初突入ミッションを開始します。
そういう
Yeah,
言
don't
い方は
don't call it that.
なぜです？極めてノーマルな単語をチョイスしたのですが。
レオ、レディが問題視しているのは、
Oh, he's explaining it.
ああ、なるほど。確かにそういう意味にも聞こえました。でもそれに何の問題が？別に桜の低層と迷宮の踏破率は無関係ですし、名前が一緒だからですか？
Oh, Leo.
いいです。蒸し返さないでください。早く校舎に。この一連の会話はなかったことにしてください。
And mission start. Alright, everyone, that's gonna be it for me. Next time we are gonna go into the labyrinth. Finally, it only took like 3 hours or something. But yeah, next time we are gonna go into the Sakura Labyrinth. And that's pretty much it. Alright, everyone, I hope you enjoyed it. I will see you next time for more Fate Extra CCC. Ciao.